either good guys, bad guys, or kind of anti-heroes, and that's Carly and John, right? Like, is Carly going to be truly a bad guy? Or is John going to be truly a bad guy? Or are they both going to kind of be trying to do the right thing, but kind of doing the wrong thing at the same time? So it's really kind of fascinating to take a look at it and see like who's going to be there, and who's going to be on whose side. And that's going to be really fascinating to me. So
Yeah.
only 2 episodes left, but again, it's essentially like a movie left, right? Like it's almost 2 hours
Yeah.
worth of stuff. So we'll see Zemo again. I think that Zola is the power broker. But
Oh, you
but
just
it's
you jump you're jumping on my thesis
oh
there.
sorry, but I will say don't rule out Emily. Don't rule out Emily as the power broker.
So I agree with you. I think that Armin Zola is a guy that we heard rumored might be in this. If you guys don't remember who Armin Zola is, go back and watch Civil War. So Armin Zola could be the guy who's behind Flag Smashers and also behind be the power broker. It's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. And if Armin Zola is behind the Flag Smashers, then he's probably not the power broker. But as T Mac just said, and you guys are stealing my thunder already, Thunderbolt Ross is a guy who we have not
Ooh-wee.
seen yet, and he's been trying to get his hands on creating a super soldier. We saw it with Abomination. We saw it with what's his name before he turned into Abomination.
Yep,
Um,
that's son
could
of a
he be
bitch.
the guy who is trying to? I know. Could he be the guy who's trying to get these vials and create some sort of need with these anti-heroes and Carly to get the government to fund a new cap?
Yeah,
And because we all know, and if you don't know, that eventually John Walker becomes U.S. agent. Um, there is someone that we haven't seen as Cap, and I'm under the firm belief that I don't think Bucky or Falcon pick up the shield and take that mantle. I don't. I think they might have a hand in who's the next Captain America, and I think that guy might be Isaiah Bradley,
oh, okay. I like where this is going,
the
man. I do like
first
where this is
Black
going.
Captain America.
That'd be pretty dope.
It matches the theme kind of what you know what their message is conveying, and I just think
You,
that could be the most logical
you know what though?
answer.
I will say, and Sam really in these last few episodes, I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if it turned out to be Sam, only because Sam in these last few episodes has been very measured. He's been very. I mean, look when he showed up at the funeral and was standing up in the balcony, then was standing over there walking like he's been very very measured, calculated, slow. He's not rushing anything. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he's been
I
very like
I get that.
stoic. You know what I mean? Like I think that they now they may not be doing that, but I just feel like he looks the part right now.
Yeah,
He's not
and I
losing
get
his head, not losing his cool or anything like that.
and I get that. And S makes a good point. They already leaked Sam in the cap suit though with the shield, but that could just be a one time thing. The thing about the thing
Also, they
about
had
that,
they had
if
they
you
had Hulk
do,
fighting right in Infinity War, so like
yeah,
they could be
if
throwing things
you
off.
exactly, and if you do take Sam and make him Captain America, you're losing a character, a very powerful and iconic character in the Falcon, and I don't think they want to do that. I think they want to keep the Falcon who he is. And because, I mean, what is it going to be, Captain America, the Winter Soldier? I think, and not even just for those purposes, but I think that you don't want to subtract a hero to add a hero. Um,
Right.
I think they did it for a second with Hawkeye when they turned him into Ronin. Um, but then he reverted back to Hawkeye. But I think that really what you're going to see here is whether it's at the end of this episode or in future episodes. Well, I think we'll see an Isaiah Bradley as Captain America. Um, but one thing too, I was looking up too. One theory is, has Zemo been pulling the strings all along to
Right.
get a John Walker as Cap, and because he knows his temperament is the type of guy who might tarnish the Shield, and because we know Zemo has a hatred for not only the Avengers but also all super soldiers in general. Could he kind of be behind this, pulling the strings in the background?
Right. That's a great point too. That's a great point because all he wants is to see all the super soldiers destroyed, right?
Mm.
And to bring them down, disgrace their name. And so by doing that with John Walker and having him blow up this way, what better way to discredit? That's the best way to discredit Captain America is by Captain America, disgracing himself, right? And so,
Exactly.
I think that's the way it works. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. So, all right, let's
You want to bring someone up?
if everyone's super known is wow, dude, Emily, my brain just exploded. If everyone's super known is oh boy, there we go. So yeah, let's bring someone up. So Celtics fan was the first one on here, so let's bring him up. What's up, brother? Thanks for
Yeah, it was
coming
good, man.
through.
Yeah, it was
Thanks
good.
for coming through. What do you think, man?
Yeah, it was really good. I think the biggest thing for me that just stuck out as like who like John Walker is like in the the scene where like in Civil War where Captain America he's got Iron Man down and he jabs the shield right down to Iron Man's arc reactor.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then that kind of just like paralleled to me with the scene where like instead John Walker just goes I assume straight for the throat. So I think
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I just thought like it was really like a really just to really show like just the difference in character between John Walker and Steve Rogers. And I think the other
Yeah.
reason why Steve gave the shield to um, originally to
Him.
Falcon was because he said Falcon originally was asked by Zemo like, "Would you ever take the super serum?" And Falcon like without hesitation said no. And I think just the overall like I guess like the character and I think you said earlier like about like the serum can bring like the best out of you or if you've already been in a dark place it's bringing the worst. So I think those were the two things that stood out to me. And
Yeah. All right, man. It's a great observations. And I'll say this: it's not Captain America related, but it is MCU related. It really brought me back to John's been talking about the serum now for two or three episodes, right? It brought me back to Spider-Man: Homecoming
right,
when Tony's having the conversation with Peter and he takes the suit away and he's like, but that's my suit. Like, I'm nothing without the suit. And he says to him, like, if you're not enough with the suit, you'll never be enough. If you're not enough without the suit, you'll never be enough with it. And
right,
that's the exact, I couldn't get that line out of my head when I heard, because all he's doing is lamenting the fact that he doesn't have the serum himself, that he can't fight these bad guys when it's like,
for
no,
sure.
you don't like the whole point is that you don't have to fight. Like the whole goal is for things to work out. It's for there to be peace. And we know, like, if and by the way, it's already happened. Like, if Cap were in this situation, right? Steve were in the situation that he would have done what Bucky did. Not what Bucky did, what Sam did. Like, he would have approached it with that manner and said, hey, listen, let's have a conversation. Let's try to figure out what's going on with these people. Let's try to help them instead of trying to destroy them, right?
Right.
And so you can't just punch your way out of it. And he doesn't realize that. And I think it's interesting. So we'll see.
Word.
But yeah, no, it's good stuff. Thanks for coming up, man. Appreciate it. Anyone else? I know someone else wanted to talk. Mauricio, did you want to come up here? Or no, I don't know. But oh yeah, it's T Mac. What's up, T Mac?
Was
Oh
good.
man.
Yeah, I'm loving fucking and Winter Soldier.
It's good, right? I mean, it's
Yeah, that's awesome.
Look, yep.
so. All
So
right, so let me ask
so
you
my
this.
guess.
Go ahead.
I was just about to say, I love seeing the Dora Milaje and like just, well, yeah, they just took his manhood out the window. Like I was dying when they
Yeah.
said they weren't even beat by super soldiers, and just I don't know. This is my theory, but I feel like besides the fact that he got whooped by people who are not super soldiers, but the fact that he lost to women too, that probably did something to psychologically, and the black women too. Just I don't know. That's
Mm.
just me, but
That's possible.
what
That's
was the
definitely
question?
no. I think
The
it's
best
possible. Go
the
ahead,
best
Josh.
part about that was was Bucky's line there. How you holding up, or what did he say?
Looking strong out there, John.
Looking strong out there,
Yeah,
John.
look,
Oh, that was great.
It was so good. But they walk in and he's like, the Dora Milaje don't have jurisdiction here. And it's like, bro, you're in another
Right.
country. What are you talking about, man? You're captain. What the hell's? What are you talking about? And they're
You don't
like,
have
we
jurisdiction
we
here.
have we have jurisdiction wherever we happen
Jurisdiction
to
wherever
find
we go.
ourselves. Unbelievable line. It was
Yeah.
like, let's go, you idiot. So no, T Mac,
So
I was gonna
bad.
ask you. I was gonna ask you whether you like this one better or whether you like WandaVision better, because obviously I know it's not done yet, right? You still got 2 episodes, but so far, if you had to pick.
Man, it's crazy. So it's like it's. I love them both because I love Marvel, but I like this one more because I can relate more, especially with this episode when Falcon was talking about my TT, and then not Sam, Bucky didn't know what a TT was, but
Right.
most black people call their auntie TT. So that was probably my favorite line in like all the MCU.
That's cool.
And then yeah, Zemo, like, yeah, your Tito would be proud. And Zemo and the way they're expanding his character, especially dancing Zemo, that's breaking the internet. So I'm gonna say I like this one more, even though WandaVision was still good because I still fucks with Vision, and Wanda becoming the Scarlet Witch was fantastic. But the cop out with the Quicksilver, didn't really like that. And then just it's like the season finale didn't really fulfill the rest of the show like how I thought it would, even though it's still good. But I'm just liking how this is set up more, and especially with Isaiah, how they put him in jail, and it's just all of the reality that's happening in our real life world is happening in the MCU.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
and I think Emily, talking about expanding more on your point, T Mac. Emily in the comments said American exceptionalism at its best, and then Maxwell. I think it was a clever representation of that plus ignorance of other cultures. It makes me really think, how dialed in is John Walker too? How dialed in is he with the people of Wakanda? What does he know? How, with what happened in space and with the blip and what has he been briefed upon? Does he know about Wakanda, or really know about Wakanda? Does he know about these different places, or is he going into this ignorance as well? And obviously, from what we've seen, arrogance. So
Right.
Eric, and so like my question, do we know if they got snapped away? Like, what's his name, Battlestar and fake Captain
Oh, that's a good
America?
question. I don't. I don't think they did. And I don't know for sure, but they don't necessarily say whether they did or not. It's a good question, but I'm not sure whether they did or not. They don't really say. I don't think that they did, only because well, I guess I'm just saying it, I guess, but I don't think they did, only because, well, I tell you why. I don't think they did because they would have been gone for 5 years and then shown up and they would have been like, oh, hey, here's you're the new Captain America. Guess what? You know what I mean? Like, it kind of like
Oh, true,
happened
true. That makes
right
sense.
away. You know what I mean? So I think that he
Yeah,
was kind of like the war hero, and they were like, all right, you're the war hero, like boom, like you're the guy. You know what I mean? Now I might be wrong about
yeah.
that, but I think maybe they didn't, but they don't really say it, so they may get more in depth into that.
Mhm.
But I don't know.
Okay, and then two things before I go. So, just elaborate on my comment section. So, what I was saying about Walker, he basically has the expectations of Kobe because Captain America is Jordan, but he's performing like DeMar DeRozan, if
Love it.
that makes
Love it.
sense.
nice little
Love it.
basketball tie-in.
And then
Little
last
basketball
thing,
tie-in.
this is off topic, but I'm gonna paste a comment. I'm gonna in the comment section. I'm gonna post like a what you call it? What is it? Yeah, just
GIF link.
yeah, just like a voting where you could sign and recast Black Panther. I'm not like you don't have to sign it, but just if they do want to see T'Challa's story more, I'm gonna post it there
Okay.
because I want to see Storm and Black Panther get married. Like I must see that. Black Panther
Yes,
is
that would
way
Okay.
be
too good
amazing.
to. I understand
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman passed away. I understand that, but how like Heath
Rest in
Ledger
peace.
died, and we had and two more Jokers. We've had Spider-Man 3 times. How many Batmans we've had? Like
Right.
we need to see T'Challa back on the big
It,
screen.
it is true. Hey, it's a good point. It's a good point, man. So it's a good point. Hey,
T-Mac, thanks for
thanks.
coming on up here.
Thanks for coming up, bud. Appreciate
No
it,
problem.
man.
Thanks for having me.
Uh,
Absolutely.
but
Maxwell.
it's one of those things. I'm going to call Maxwell up right now. Oh, I got Mauricio first, I think, or is it? I think Maxwell didn't Max have a speaker request? What's going on here? I'm confused. All right, Max has speaker request, and then Mauricio, you're up.